Trump 2.0 is living rent-free in the minds of Democrats. Maine Congressman Jared Golden is urging his party to stop overblowing everything 47 does, saying this: if you make everything DEFCON 5, then eventually nothing is DEFCON 5. And the Ragin' Cajun smells a rat. James Carville's wondering if there's a plant in the party, pushing them to back the dumbest ideas possible. Watch.
It's like there's a plant somewhere in, quote, progressive, unquote, America that just sees how many stupid things that they can embrace. There has to be a AI-generated, progressive generator of really dumb ideas. They have not been right about a single thing in all of history, and they're never going to be right.
I'm going to let you respond to that, Jessica. Is there a plant in your party?
I don't think so, but James Carville is always colorful, and he's usually circling around the most salient points. And I think Democrats are thinking about this stuff a lot. A component of what Congressman Golden said, and he won a very competitive district, a Trump district, rural Maine. He said that he hasn't gotten any calls to his office about constituents upset about Trump. They're just upset about Musk. And he said, that's where you got to talk about this. It's not the guy that they voted for. It's the guy that's running the efficiency bureaucracy. And one of the ways that Democrats can do that is obviously to talk about various aspects, like who's getting the big government contracts, right? There are billions of dollars of quote unquote Doge that you could be looking through that go to Musk projects like the Starlinks of the world or EV subsidies, et cetera. But I think Carville also, and he didn't mention it in that interview, and I think it would be worthwhile, is the national performance review that happened during the Clinton administration, where they cut tons of waste. So we could have our own Doge, have the Democratic Disruption Office, and you come with your own proposals. You say, we'll take your trans operas. I would cut things.
Like what?
Maybe trans operas.
Maybe. That wasn't definite.
But you wouldn't have known about it unless it were Elon Musk looking at that and telling us.
We have our own accountants who are actually
Joe
accountants.
Biden was actually going to tell us about that stuff?
Go ahead, Janine.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay, I think this guy, Jared Golden, is a smart guy. He's right. Everything is DEFCON 5. You know, it's like the kid who cries wolf. If you cry wolf every day, no one's going to listen to you. And finally, Carville, I'm going to be very short here, Carville on the idea that there's like a Republican plant. What is wrong with that 10 or 15% of Democrats that everything that they say, this plant or whomever it is, it's a progressive, it's not a Republican, you know, let's mutilate kids, let's put men and women's locker rooms, and let's make sure that we have these drag shows for kids, and they're like, yay! It's their fault. It's stupid. And he's right.
Dana, did I hear Jessica say that we should Doge electric car subsidies?
No, I wrote down a welcome development is all of a sudden now the Democrats are against electric vehicle subsidies. I'm here for it. I've been against it from the beginning, and that's just great.
Wow.
No, I mean, I am here for that. Also, a little pet peeve, Congressman Golden. DEFCON 5 is actually the default for peacetime.
Oh.
DEFCON 1 is when it escalates. So that's just a little pet peeve. It's like when people say could care less instead of could not care less. Drives me a little nuts. I think that it's interesting that if you look at a Chris Murphy clip from the weekend, he said in 1 minute, constitutional crisis, worse than Watergate, and threat to our democracy. First of all, if you think that, what do you think Watergate was? And secondly, read the room. You had a president in Biden who tried to tweet a constitutional amendment. And everyone basically was like, wait, what are you doing, sir? They didn't say constitutional crisis. They're like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
They didn't even blink. They were like, it's just Biden being Biden. GG.
You know, it's interesting. You know, the difference between Hunter Biden and other Democrats is Hunter did blow, the Dems did overblow. And the difference is blow can be fun, but there's nothing fun about overblow. No one wants to hang out with you. Nobody definitely wants to sleep with you. Performative outrage empties a room, and you can tell now that people don't want to be around you. Even the people you claim that you were defending don't want to be around you. A black guy will say, enough of the anti-white hysteria. My daughter dates a white guy. He seems like a good guy. Get away from me, you weirdo. The Democrats were always telling people that they were helping the poor, the needy. They were helping themselves and their rich donors. That's why USAID terrifies them. So Trump comes in and drinks their milkshake. The Republican Party is now the party of the worker, party of labor, the guy who has a truck loan, not an outstanding college loan for trans-African studies. You know, out of fear, the Democrats, they embraced DEI and trans, which weren't kitchen table issues. They weren't even massage table issues. And so what happened was they weren't just removed from the average American's needs. They demonized those needs. And that's why they're in a really dark place. I don't see them getting out of this for 2 years.
Just in time for the midterms.
Yes.
Sounds fine.
Yes.
I just want to know what a massage table issue is.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Especially my upper left trap here. Up next, President Trump gets ready to nuke the penny.